Hey everybody. So I guess you can see it's still snowy out. It was really cold at the flea market and a little bit windy, and I thought my camera was filming, but it wasn't. And then, or there must have been an error with the card. But then I went over to my friend Dan's, and he had cleaned out I guess it was a jeweler's house, and the guy's like 93, so he bought a lot of the stuff from the 80s and 90s, is what he was saying. I also bought this knife off of him. I thought it was a pretty cool knife. I don't know. It doesn't have a maker's mark, but it looks like a homemade job. But it's a nice handle, whoever did make it. But I bought all this weird jewelry pieces off of Dan. And what I wanted to show you was they were all reproductions of old cameos. And there are some older pieces in here that were mixed in, because what they were doing was he was sending everything to Thailand to be reproduced. Back, I don't know, a long while ago. But each one of these is carved out of shell or mother of pearl. I just thought they were pretty amazing. I spent $80 on my whole box of the blue box with the knife, and I got a bunch of these guys in here that I thought they have like a little diamond inset, but it's either in silver or gold. I honestly don't know. Does anybody know what these are called? Please leave me a message. I forget the name of them. It's like a cut glass with a jeweled center. There's some that are have this little bit of filigree to it. So, but they're either white gold or silver. If anybody is familiar with it, give me a heads up. But I thought all these cameos would be good for people for wire wrapping, and I know that they do sell well at the flea market. I'm trying to find you guys an old one. I know I saw a couple. I think this guy right here might be an old one. This ruby glass. It's very pretty. And there was a whole nother bag of those I'm sorry, I forget the name. But I just thought it was interesting how they're recreating all the Victorian stuff, or they did recreate. I don't know if they still do that or if you can still buy them. On the way there, I stopped at an estate sale and I filmed there, but of course that didn't work either. But I got this whole bag because it was their 4th day at the estate sale. I got the whole bag for $5, so I figured I had to show you what I picked up for $5. I was really excited about this owl piggy bank. It's made in Italy. It's got a maker's mark on there, but it's very mid-century. It's solid brass. Oh yeah, I got so this guy gets this awesome little little guitar. I think he's made in I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Japan. So these were pretty common in the 50s. I just always loved the bottle opener. I got some Scotch and rye whiskey markers. She was really nice. She wrapped everything for me. This is nothing really special, made in China, but just nice white porcelain. I got two odd motor things that I thought were pretty cool. This pulled something. I'm not 100% sure what it did. Has a tension switch on it. I was hoping it had a marker or marking on it, but I don't see anything. I got that motor, and I got this thing that clamped on something. I want to say this is for a car, but I honestly couldn't tell you. If anybody knows what this is, maybe it's a slicer? No, that's just the fan. But it went on a pole, so... Alright, that was my second mystery thing I bought today. I did get a relic. Those always sell. St. Jude, so that's pretty cool. I thought this was adorable. It's for a dollhouse or for a kid to play with. Actually forgot what I got. I got a pair of pewter candlesticks that were pretty cool. Of course the dogs are barking. Alright, give me a second. I just had to show everybody all these cameos and how pretty they were. I don't know if you can actually see they did spend a lot of time in the detail of making it. I believe he bought these before we had the laser cutters, because he said he stopped buying jewelry parts in the early 90s, so I believe they're still all hand carved, and but they are made really well. I was putting them in the box and I just noticed that, so I'm actually happy with the way they look. They're actually very good handmade copies of the old ones. And I actually don't know if you can buy those now. You can even see the sticker on the back. It's got definitely been there for 20 years. But I just figured I'd show you guys the detail of the cameos real fast while we still had a little bit of light. I think that's all of them. This was the old one. He pulled that out of a setting. You can see where it's broke. But her hair was done really nicely. But you can see each one of these, how much time they must have took to make them. I'd say that one's probably my favorite out of the pile. There's one more. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching again. So, I was pretty happy with everything I got. I don't think there's anything else in this bag. Might be one other thing. Oh yeah. I thought this was hilarious. Probably from the 70s or 80s, or maybe it's even newer, but it was just a frog lantern. But I got all that for $5. I got that for $80, and I'm pretty happy with it. So hopefully you guys thought this was my pickups for the day, and hopefully it was interesting. Thank you very much. I'll let you know if these had any type of precious metal inside them. So, alright, thank you. Oh wait, look at this one. It's got Those have like little filigree rings. Let's pull this out too. I didn't see that. Okay. See it? It's got the whole ring all the way around it. I want to say they're going to be silver, but I guess we'll find out once they test it. Made really well. They are kind of bright though. A little bit of everything in there. He had lots and lots, probably thousands of blank ones of these. And there was this big bone one here that has either a gold-filled chain around it. I'm pretty sure it's a gold-filled chain. It's not soldered. But, alright. That's what I picked up today. Sorry that the camera didn't work for me buying, but hopefully you guys thought this was interesting. And remember, if it is a carved cameo, it doesn't mean it's old, I guess, anymore. Thank you. Peace.